Mä oon Betsalu Unibetillä. Unibetillä ja sit jos mä pelaan kasinoon, niin mä pelaan joko nopeammalla Suomi-kasinalla tai Galaxilla sen takia, kun noi kämppikset on niiden brändien brand executivet, niin mä saan aina kaikki vittu hyviä diilejä niiltä. Mä kattelin, että vittu sä teet.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when
Mä en tiedä. Mä näen, että sulla on toi pääsiäissaarten punainen päätuoli ja sitten joku pukkilippi. No. Mä ostin ne on Suomessa mutsilla nyt, joku kundi myy tuolta Dota 2 Suomi Facebook-groupissa, niin siis niitä rossaneita tiioista. Niin 3 huntilla ostin 2. Se silloin toinen on niistä se hopeinen se palikka, missä ei mitään yksityiskohtia, mistä maailman kaikki räjähti, et tästäkö me vittu, et kun se oliko se 2000 levelin kompendium? Eli joku melkein 5000 euroa, mitä se on maksanut, että sen sai sen rossanin, niin siis sen arvo on jossain tonnissa pelkästään se harmaa paska. Niin mä maksan 300 niistä molemmista. Joo, mä ostin ne. Se tyyppi, joka niitä myy, niin sanoi, että se on niinku muuttamassa. Sillä oli myöskin mun mielestä 6 niitä aegiksia. Niin ne aegikset meni heti, kukaan ei ostanut niitä rossanetta, ne oli vähän kalliimpia. Niin mä sit vähän aikaa mietin, että vittu mä kysyin, että mitä ne maksaa. 300 mä niistä maksan. Ei, ja kun siis mä tiedän sen, että jos tarvii rahaa, niin mä saan niistä tuplahinnat silleen, että niinku kuukauden aikana saa myytyä helposti. Oi Janna! Tjänare! Inte kuulee. OG, motherfucking group winner. Ei nyt ihan vielä, mut melkein. Onpa vaikeeta vittu. 16-7, 16-8. Mikä vitun G2? Joo, aika erikoinen performanssi melkeinpä siis. Jep, se on totta kyllä. Helppo ja kiva, vois joku sanoa. No siis ei mitään muuta kuin ihan vitun paskoja Aprilin juttuja. Virgo, give me some text message to you.
Good morning.
Good morning! Do, 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 do. Terve se ei tapahdu ikinä. Kaikki on raskaana, että tulee tänään kaapista ulos. Janne, are you pregnant and or coming out of the closet today?
It's not in my calendar to do it today, but if you want me to.
No, I was just checking because it seems like half of my Twitter feed is either pregnant or coming out of the closet. Some of them are changing parties in their political things, and yes, just super fucking funny. Like so good jokes.
Today.
Yeah, I think it was there yesterday when we did it with Janne. Huh. Yeah. I don't know if it's. I think it's gonna show in the broadcast, but who cares? Yeah, well, it's good, so then people can pinpoint who we are too, kind of. Yeah. Let me close this. It looks a bit nicer. Yeah.
Yep.
And we are live. Let's hide
Hello.
the results for now and speak about them in a minute. But yeah, we are here again with the three of us. Yesterday,
With less technical difficulties.
yeah,
also,
yesterday I had to drop out last minute, so there was some difficulties I hear.
It wasn't the easiest to get it together, but at the end we kind of did something half-assed that worked, I guess. So.
Yeah.
Definitely half-assed. I would like to start this this podcast today with an announcement. So, as it's been kind of coming along for a long while, so yes, I'm actually a woman and I'm pregnant. So now that we got that over with, we can concentrate on the normal shit.
Yeah, that wasn't the news
Lucky
for
daddy.
us.
all I wanna know.
Wouldn't you want to know? Who's my daddy?
Yeah, Teemu just got back together with his roommates, so...
Roommates.
Roommates, yeah. So that's why he don't know who's the daddy.
You could say that. And to be frank, I wouldn't use the word roommates because I do have my own privacy in my own bedroom. So flatmates would be the correct term in here.
Does that work like Russian roulette pregnancy edition or something like that?
You mean like a revolver with like what 5 bullets and one of them have come?
Exactly.
Yep.
That's exactly what I'm saying, yes.
Hmm. If we continue on this path, we need to take our podcast to Pornhub live soon.
Yeah, I think Twitch is the wrong platform for us.
Yeah, I think Pornhub has like bigger audience, so maybe we should.
At least everybody has free premium now.
Yeah.
All regarding this man. Like the funniest fucking thing happened. It wasn't yesterday, was it? No, it was yesterday. So I don't know, Janne, if you know this Finnish TV series called Mad Ventures.
No.
Okay, so it's basically a series where 2 guys are traveling across the world, basically backpacking, and they're making a TV series about it.
Okay.
So the 4th season started yesterday, and this time they are roaming actually around Finland. The show is amazing, but because of that we need VPN so we can watch Finnish TV. Okay, so
Okay.
my flatmate, he connected his laptop with our TV, put it on the living room table, open it up, and to open up the online TV you need to open VPN too. So he opened up Freedom VPN, and instead of the location being in Finland, the location was set in Milan, Italy. When the moment we saw it, because even if he had porn out there, it would be like, it wouldn't be as funny. But because the VPN was set to Milan, and we kind of realized that, we just fucking dropped dead and laughed for 15 minutes straight. Because like it's happened, you know, you see adult videos on some people's screens or searches or whatever every now and then, and it's normal, there's nothing about it. But just the fact that it's so subtle that it's a small little detail that the VPN was set to Italy, and we just fucking died for 10-15 minutes. We were just fucking laughing our asses off. It was just one of the funniest things that ever happened. The story itself even is not that funny, because you kind of have to be in the moment to get it. But yeah, it was absolutely fucking hilarious. So
Good stuff.
yeah, Corona bringing the humor day in, day out.
Yeah, pretty much.
From watching porn with VPN in Italy, should we get to esports?
I think it's about time, if we don't want to get kicked off Twitch, so maybe we should get to esports, yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Well, the question is, should we start with EPL EU then?
Well, I have it open here, so I think it's the right way to go.
Hey, that's been pretty much what we do every day, so hit it up.
Alright! Yesterday we started ESL Pro League with a pretty interesting matchup. G2 went against OG, and oh my, it's a 2-0 W for OG.
It's getting pretty crazy, honestly. I'll be the first one to say that I didn't believe that OG was gonna do it close to this good. I have no idea what they have done, but their results speak for themselves. And honestly, I mean, it wasn't even close yesterday, so I don't know what to say. It's pretty crazy. OG looking great. I don't even think this was a case of G2 not being good or something. Yeah, OG just played amazingly good, and if anything, from G2's side, I am super surprised. They keep on picking Dust 2 every single time, and they lose every single time. I honestly don't understand anymore. Like, maybe they really want it to work, but the truth is it doesn't. They have lost 5 times in a row. That is since Katowice, and now 3 times in ESL Pro League. They lost 3 times in a row in ESL. Pro League, so it's crazy to me that they keep on picking it, because honestly they are not good at it. But maybe they want to get better. I'm confused.
We actually, just before you joined us, before the broadcast, we talked about this with Mika and about OG actually, not that much about G2.
Yeah.
To point out, like 16-7, 16-8, as you said, this wasn't a tight game, and Mika mentioned that he actually said it in one of the podcasts before that he does believe that OG is now getting their, you know, train on the track kind of thing, and the results are starting to coming in, and
Yeah. I was saying that OG is definitely a playoffs team in my mind, and I didn't get to explain it that well back then, but I want to do it now. So I've been watching OG pretty much because of Alexi B, and I've seen the form they are now. Are playing now in the past too, but they just have some little things that was out of balance in their game, and they were playing good, but they were still missing something, and it was pretty much the same that ENS had before they had their miracle run in Katowice, and it was like pretty similar situation with OG that they are playing good, but they are still missing the last part, and it's just a matter of time that they get it, and now they have gotten it, and now they are playing like they should have been playing for last 2 months or something, because they have been looking good but still losing the games because of little mistakes or little bit too slow executions or something like that, and now they are on form, and I was expecting it to come in this league, even if there is a hard group around them.
good thing, and also like what I wanted to mention here is that last time we spoke and the last series which OG played before the G2 one was against Mouse Sports, and we were pointing out that Alexi was kind of bottom fragging, which is somewhat expected when you're talking about an IGL. But here, even though, you know, they didn't play that many rounds because it was a quick 2-0 series, but still, you know, when you look at overall, Alexi is he's 1.05 rating, 70 ADR, only -5. And everybody else is on plus. Like, I mean, like what I'm trying to say here is that the kind of the core for the stats and these kind of things, everything seems to be going to the right direction now.
Yeah.
And I do believe that when this is the Alexi B effect that we spoke about, I think it was yesterday or the day before a little bit. With Janne.
Monday, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Monday. That, like, after everything that's happened and after all the discussions and rumors and whatnot about the end situation and what Alexi's role actually was over there, when you look at, I want to say this again, I said it a few days ago and I said it again, when you look at the way ENS played a year ago and when you look at the way OG is playing it now, there's a lot of similarities. The team is not, they don't have the most firepower, they don't have the biggest superstars, they don't have that, but they have a really strong core that's working together, and it seems that with the leadership that Alexi is able to provide, he can actually make teams kind of overperform in the sense.
Yeah.
I mean, agreed for sure. I do wanna. I kind of feel like I need to say it. I don't think we should praise being -5 when you win 16-7, 16-8. But
No.
With that said, I think the stats once again doesn't really matter in this case. They won so easily, and like Alexi does his job. He doesn't have to, if you win this one-sided, then you don't really need to do more, if you know what I mean. Like, he already does his job and he does it really well. So I have been very impressed with Alexi, to be fair, even though like his stats doesn't tell even close to the story, I think. So I don't know,
Exactly.
this OG is really cool. But I really I like OG and they are looking really good, but I really don't want to get ahead of myself and believe that they are, a top tier team just yet anyway, because I really feel we need to be a little bit reserved, because these online games and these results are very strange overall. It's not just OG, it's not just some other ones either. These results are really strange, and I just want to be a little bit reserved. It's good for OG, but let's see, somewhat where we end up in a month or two. I'm still being a bit cautious, I guess.
Well, one thing, I understand your point and where you're coming from, but then again, you need to also look at the situation from another perspective. The situation is the same for everybody. So even though all these games are played online, every single game at the moment is being played online. So what we're seeing now is what there is available. Obviously, you could argue that Group C, as it stands, it's not as top heavy as Group A and Group B, for example, when you look at the best teams that are there. Like in Group A, you have Astralis, you have because I don't think
I think this group might be the best group. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Group A, Group B are really top heavy. So you have the Astralis, you have the Navi, you have the Fnatic. In Group C, you have Mousesports and FaZe, who are still yet to be on their kind of best possible performance, to have the consistency. G2 is still a bit of a question mark. The team has not been playing together as long as some others have been. What I mean is that when you look at the raw kind of potential of the lineup itself, Group C is a bit more balanced compared to A and B. But don't get me wrong, outside of Tyloo, Group C has 5 really nice teams, so you can expect better matchup maybe per se.
I don't know. I still don't agree. Honestly,
actually.
Mousesports and G2 are ranked 3 and 4. It is for a reason they are there. And I think FaZe is at number 10 is not true at all. They are much better than number 10. I don't know. I think this is the strongest group of them all, especially with OG now. But even, people looking at beforehand. But it's fine. I mean, we can have different opinions, but I think this group is absolutely it is the best one, maybe even so.
Yeah, I definitely think this is I think this may be the most top heavy, even if Navi and Astralis ain't here. But there are 3 teams top 10, 2 of them 3 and 4, and I actually think that this is more top heavy than the Astralis and Vitality group was, because Vitality is not playing perfectly. They are number 9 at the moment, so I think this is more top heavy than the A group was.
I agree. But also to add, okay, so I want to defend myself a little bit. But, the only whole online thing, yes, of course it's the same for everybody. I mean, I can't argue with that. I just think we have seen in every group some of these teams that are supposed to be top teams, the teams that were the best in Katowice, they are basically underperforming, or the other teams are overperforming. And I understand, I understand your point, and I can agree, but at the same time, I do think if, let's say, in a month or 2, things are back to normal, I wouldn't be surprised to see OG again being back to kind of more a normal level. They probably would be, a top 10 team, but they would have struggles against the best teams in the world, which they don't here. So I'm just being cautious, but I do understand your point, and of course it's the same for everybody, and these results for OG are super impressive.
Okay, to continue on this before we move to the second matchup of yesterday, OG has now played 3 series. They've won all of them. Their route difference is plus 51. They have 2 series remaining. They're facing Virtus Pro tomorrow and FaZe Clan on Friday. Now, as it stands, OG is the only team left in the tournament who can go 5-0 on their group stage. Do you think OG has what it takes to go 5-0 here?
Right now, it would seem like it's a fucking lock. Like, it's hard to see the blues when they play like this.
Yeah, Virtus Pro should be free win for them. But the FaZe Clan game ain't that simple, because FaZe will need win for the playoffs in that game, so they will come in with the full force. So that's gonna be hard, but at least they're going to take the Virtus Pro, so they're taking 4 wins, and it should be enough for group victory for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure if they win against Virtus Pro, aren't they already possibly like clear number 1 then already?
Yeah.
They could be, depending on some results, but either way, I think the face game will be very interesting to see, but the Virtus Pro shouldn't be a discussion at all.
Right. Then the second series, which was played yesterday, was between Mousesports and VP, and Mouse took the series 2-0, winning both maps respectively 16-12. I didn't see even a glimpse of this game, so I can only rely on the stats. So, do you have, Janne? Do you have anything to kind of fill us in here?
Well, nothing much. I think it was quite a decisive win for Mouse, but it's worth mentioning that VP were kind of up on both maps, and as we talked about yesterday, I said that Virtus Pro, if they're gonna have a chance on any map, it's Vertigo. I'm still surprised Mousesports didn't ban it, but they managed to win it, so I guess they did something right, but it was fairly close. It's just that Mousesports on the T side, I think they won 10 out of 11, no, 12 out of 13 rounds, sorry. So they absolutely smashed it on the T side, and Virtus Pro looked like little babies on their CT side, honestly. And it was kind of the same story on Train. Virtus Pro started off pretty decently, but Mouse was just stronger. And I think, as always, I felt like it was Robs and Voxic kind of carrying Mouse. Frozen was decent. Then Chris J, like we talked about before, he's having kind of a hard time, but he wasn't bad or anything. It was just that it was the usual story for Mousesports, where Robs and Voxic were the ones in my eyes who made it happen. So kind of an easy win for Mouse, but Virtus Pro still looking, somewhat decent. So
yeah, I'm actually looking for so Vertigo. When you look at the yesterday's Vertigo, for example, between Mousesports and Virtus Pro, VP won the first half 11-4. VP started as terrorists, and then the second half, that's 11. Yeah, so VP got 1 CT round. And it seems that Vertigo is getting really, really, really T heavy in the sense that
I was going to ask the same thing.
It's very hard for CTs to get rounds in Vertigo.
But that's been the case for a long time. It's definitely very T-sided, and usually, teams who are good at Vertigo, they excel super hard on the T side, and that's just how the map is.
I haven't seen that many Vertigo games in a very high level, but it seems that it has room for very unique solutions for T side. So there is like very good executions going on with top teams who are playing Vertigo. So it's pretty interesting to see.
I don't remember. I always mix up the sides. If it's the A or the B one with the big ramp and the crane. I think it's B. Wait, let me see. Vertigo, CSGO. Why am I stupid like this? So why can I find it? Vertigo, CSGO, minimap. Right, so it's going to be, it's A site, yeah. So the A site is the one where you come with where's the crane? And it seems like when T's are pushing from A ramp to the site, they can block off CTs completely with 2 smokes, get a safe plant, and then they can defend it from the ramp without showing themselves properly, and then you can really easily rotate to the back, and you can come from behind from the B side. And I'm just not sure. Obviously, this is part of the kind of adjustment period, and you know, Vertigo has been getting a lot of hate in general. But I don't know. I still think the site, the map still needs some work, because if it's this T heavy, I don't know. It feels like, you know, old like Inferno before some small changes, when you couldn't get more than 5 rounds as T. Like, if no matter what you did, you get 5 is the ultimate max.
Yeah, I don't think that's like you can say it's a map problem right now, because the T side is something that is evolving every day. Teams are getting new executes every time they play Vertigo, and of course the CT side has to find solutions to counter them. And right now, the T side is evolving much faster than CT side. So when CT
Yeah.
side executions they get up with the T side executions, then we can see if it's really that heavy on the T side or not. Because I think right now teams are focusing on their T side executions, and they are not really ready to play to get their CT side to counter those.
So this map doesn't need to get reworked, it needs to get removed. So that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, but new cache is coming, so let's see.
Exactly.
Yeah, new cache.
New cache.
I'm actually not that big of a fan of cache. I think it's quite boring, actually. But yeah, I kind of want to see the good old cobblestone.
I hate cobblestone.
I think
I hate
cobblestone
cobblestone.
There's
Cobble is the
something
worst
magic.
map we ever had. Vertigo is even better than Cobblestone was last time, I think. I'm not even kidding. But Cash is cool. I like Cash. Bring it back.
Okay, well, obviously your opinions are wrong, so it's better for us to move on.
It's fine. I just decided earlier today that I'm gonna disagree with everything you say today, Tim. So we're kind of heading there, aren't we? So.
Yeah. So talking about EPL AEU, we have 2 matchups being played today. First one is between Mousesports and Tai Lu, and Mousesports is going in as a 1.1 odds favorite, and you can get up to 8 times the money with Tai Lu. I don't think this is even up for discussion. It's 2-0, easy and simple.
It should be. There's not much to say, really. I mean, I think possibly Tai Lu could have a map. I still think Tai Lu, you know, they do have individual skill. They have shown that every now and then. Mousesports has been looking very up and down, so maybe if Tai Lu has a very good day, they could take a map, I guess. But that's about it. Of course, Mousesports are massive, massive favorites, and they should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the odds from Unibet at the moment. You can get, like, straight win for Tai Lu is 7.05. And Tai Lu plus 1.5 is only 2.75. So there's no bets to be played here, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm just a little bit like I wouldn't put my money on Mouse. I mean, they are up and down. They had some really big off maps this far. So I don't know. It's I agree. There's no bets to be found for sure, but I still wanna like put out some kind of warning for Tai Lu. They did beat G2 on one map. They have been somewhat close sometimes. I think still. I don't think they've been run over by teams like. Even the OG game, even if your score lines were like 16-8, 16-9, something like along those lines, I still think they showed that they have something. The thing that Tai Lu is almost always lacking is their T side. Their T side has been pretty terrible on all maps that I've seen, and against Mousesports it shouldn't be enough. But again, just a warning: Mousesports isn't that stable right now either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Like, if there is a bet to be found on this, I'm looking at Unibet now. You can get there's an over/under line for kills for ROPS. The line is set at 20.5, and the odds are 1.85. And I
Yeah.
would go. I think over 20.5 kills for ROPS is pretty good with 1.85. Considering the
It's...
way he's been playing, he's been popping off now in EPL.
Oh, you're talking about playing over, right?
Yeah, over 20.5.
All right, sure. I can see that, but at the same time, I think this is a game where, like, as I see it, either Mouse is gonna destroy them, and then it's few rounds played. So maybe Rops will only have, let's say 20, 25 rounds in between there to get it, or Mouse is gonna suck dick and they're gonna lose one map. So I don't know. I kind of like the underline actually. It's funny because I'm disagreeing with everything here, Temo, but you see my point? It's probably not gonna be like a 16-14 kind of game, you know.
Yeah, no.
Rops has been great though with that set lately, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at. Like ROPS is in the last 3 months, he's averaging 0.8 kills per round. So if they play 25 rounds, that's the 20 kills kind of there. So even if it's a quick game. So this is kind of where I'm going at. But yeah, second series of the day.
Can I ask one thing? Why is HLTV Pick a Winner vote is having 23% for Tyloo win? I think there's some trolling going on.
Or Asian fans voting, cheering for their own.
Yeah.
I would say. I mean,
Yeah,
anyone can click the pick a winner.
Yeah, I know, but I'm confused why there's 23% saying that Tyloo will win this. Yeah.
People have been betting, I guess.
Yeah, let's keep going.
So second series of EPL EU is G2 versus VP. G2 going in as a favorite. You can get from varies between 1.2 to 1.4 odds, and VP 3.6 and up from there. So I don't really think. I mean, after G2's loss to OG, they definitely want to get back on track. I don't think VP has showed anything so far. I mean, they only played. They played 2 series, lost both of them. Round difference is -16. Could be bigger, could be smaller. But yeah, after G2's loss to OG, they want to make sure that they get their playoff spot clinched. So I'm gonna say 2 OG2.
Well, okay, let's look at this. So VP this year has won 1 game against Heroic, and then they lost something like 8 or 9 series. There should be no way in hell that VP has a chance here. I don't think, G2 losing to OG looking foolish. That's basically what everybody else has done. I think G2 played well overall against Tyloo, even though they lost a map. Overall, it was fine. Against FaZe, they seemed to play fine. OG, no idea what happened. OG are just on an insane roll, so G2 is still the way better team than VP, and I agree 2-0 should definitely be on the cards here. Again, though, I think if VP gets to pick Vertigo, they have a chance. I don't understand why they wouldn't ban it, and also, I think G2 is gonna pick Dust 2 today again.
And that's going to be a mistake against Tyloo, actually, because that's the map where Tyloo has been able to challenge.
Yeah, it's Virtus Pro they're playing.
That's what I was saying.
Perfect. So, actually, I have changed my mind. Fuck it. VP. Okay, Table. Calm down. So, I changed my mind. VP is gonna take 1 game because G2 is gonna be stupid and they are not gonna ban Vertigo and they are gonna pick Dust 2 and they are gonna lose one of them. I believe so.
So,
and this is only because G2 don't know how to draft their maps at all, apparently. I have no idea what they're doing or what they're trying to do, but they will lose 1 map.
Yeah, let's hope they're listening us.
Yeah, you know what would be cool though? If they pick Dust 2, they don't ban Vertigo, and they lose 2-0, then I'm gonna be the genius of.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. From that, we move on to ESL Pro League and North America. We had one series yesterday and we have one series today. And the series yesterday was between 100 Thieves and Made in Brazil. I watched the second game, Inferno. MIBR 2-0'd 100 Thieves. They won Train 16-12 and then Inferno 16-14. And even though the scoreline 16-14 looks really tight, it was a pretty good match, but I think the scoreline is actually a bit too even considering how Inferno looked, because 100 Thieves was absolutely lost towards the end. They got some rounds by accident, but MIBR was doing great.
Alright, I mean, that's cool. I think.
I mean, that's cool and all, but I don't agree with it.
No. I'm just saying that. You know, I don't understand this MIBR bullshit that's going on. Because every time when I start believing in them, they suck. And then when I stop believing in them, they win again. So I don't know what's going on here. But I do feel...
Don't stop believing.
MIBR is fucking weird, man. They are so up and down, I think. In the good moments like this, they play pretty well, I suppose. I only saw some of the first map yesterday, but it's interesting for the group because that gives MIBR a fighting chance again. They still have to win probably 2 games, so that's gonna be tough. But EG next, and then Swole Patrol in the last game. Okay, at least it's doable. It makes it very interesting because nobody's out from the groups yet, so. At least we have that. I'm just disappointed in MIBR because every time I say something about them, they do the opposite. So
Yeah,
it's tough.
It's tough.
Yeah, and
but
100 Thieves are looking very good, but they didn't look good in this game. So it's something's going on in there too. Not just the MIB are playing good, but 100 Thieves didn't look the same team as previous games.
And funnily enough, 100 Thieves have to win their last match if they wish to be in the playoffs. And their last match is going to be against Furia, who are leading the group. So, yeah, very interesting times ahead. With that said, let's turn our heads towards the last EPL series of the day, which is going to be between Evil Geniuses and Furia Esports. So we have USA going against the Brazilian Misfits. EG is the favor here going in. The odds vary from 1.5 to 1.6, and Furia, you can get up to 2.5 times the money at biggest on Bet365. I do believe that Furia is maybe underestimated here.
Yeah, seems like to me.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't say. I mean, the fact that Furia won 2 games, of course it's good. Both were pretty close games, though, I guess, because they were both 2-1s. But then again, Furia looks really good on a few maps. I don't know. This is tough, actually. I feel like this is a very close to 50-50 game for me. So getting 2.5 or something of Furia sounds great, and they can secure their playoff spot by winning this. Yeah, I think this is 50-50, so I do think the odds are a little bit quite a bit too skewed EG's way.
Yeah, I agree
All right.
totally. I would even say that Furia might be a little bit ahead of EG right now.
And with that said, it's enough of ESL Pro League, and we look towards Los Angeles this time. And Flashpoint Season 1, this is the second phase. We had 2 games yesterday. In the first one, we had Cloud9 going against Copenhagen Flames, and as we all agreed and anticipated, it was a 2-0 victory for C9.
I only watched the overpass, and that was actually interesting because Cloud9 took a big lead, and it looked like, okay, this is going to be a super easy 2-0. But then Copenhagen Flames came back and brought it to overtime. I think, yes, we did agree that it's quite an easy win for Cloud9, but it got pretty close. And it's kind of been the story for Copenhagen Flames, I think. They have not managed to win a game yet in Flashpoint, but it's always been quite close. Like, they are there. They just need a little bit extra to bring it home. But for now, they are still without a win, and Cloud9 looks, in my eyes, like one of the better teams in Flashpoint.
Alright. And then the second series of yesterday, hence my hat choice today, was between Havu and Envy, and the Spruce takes the W. Havu 2-0. Let's go.
This was quite the stomp. Envy didn't, they didn't even put up a fight. Havu looked great, and this puts the Havu in a great position as well. So, I don't know, interesting. Envy is one of those teams I feel like, I don't know what to expect, because I've seen them be terrible, but I've also seen them be quite good. They are just super up and down, or maybe just Havu were great. Either or, kind of.
Zore, aka Lasse Uronen, has been kind of one of the driving forces of Havu, and we saw that yesterday too. Also, Dota played an amazing series. Slowy was up there. Like, everybody is coming together and just genuinely really fucking happy to see a Finnish team doing so well. I do like, it's starting to look like that Havu has a fighting chance to actually even take on the entire Flashpoint. Obviously my judgment is clouded because I am as biased as a human being can possibly be. I always cheer for the hometown boys, but I do believe that there's something very good happening now with Havu, and I think they have what it takes to actually even win this entire shit.
I agree. I can't really see many teams that are, straight up better than Havu, and they definitely can challenge them all. I think the best teams this far in Flashpoint for me are quite clear. Or are they? Yeah, Mad Lions, Cloud9, Genji, MIBR, and Havu. That's 5. Out of those 5, I think it's really close, actually. I don't even know who I would favor at this point, but Havu is definitely in the mix, and they have a really good shot at going all the way.
Yeah. Then, looking towards today, we have 2 Flashpoint series being played. Mika, do you want to do the honors? I'm expecting something here.
Yeah. Well, this is actually we started this thing with Dignitas and Orcles game. Yeah, last time Dignitas had no chance, but right now I think they are playing against Hopeless.
Oh!
Yes!
There's so much hate towards these guys.
The joke just fucking never ends.
Yeah, but they took a name that has so much potential for memes, so it's their own fault. Who plays with the name Orcles? Really, like?
Well, people who are jobless and hopeless.
Yeah.
Okay. Funnily enough, the odds are very fucking even. 1.7 to 1.9 for Dignitas and 1.8 to 2.0 for Orgles. So it seems that even though Orgles might be hopeless, the odds disagree.
Yeah, the last time they played, it was really close game. Even if I think Orcles won that 2-0, but it was a close series. And Dignitas has played some up and down maps and games, so I think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna be full 3 maps. I think.
So I'll just give you a correction. Last time it was 2-1 to
2-1, okay.
Orcles, and yeah, it was just Dignitas won the first map, and then they totally crumbled the last 2, and the 2 last maps weren't even close. But with that said, I think the odds are, in my opinion, in the correct spot. This is a super close game, and I think if nothing else, Dignitas really got a wake-up call last time they played, and they will probably remove one of those maps as well. I think we'll see a better Dignitas here. I'm just sad that we don't get to see them with Halsert again, because like in the beginning of this Dignitas roster, he was basically their best player together with Forest, and they actually looked quite good. With Guardian, sadly, it's really tough. Guardian, I like the guy, and he used to be great, but he's just not anymore. And yeah, I don't know. I think I would slightly, I guess, favor Orgles at this point, but it's very, very close. I think this can go either way, and I think we'll get three maps as well.
I actually love these hate campaigns of yours when you always say, I have nothing against the guy or nothing against it, but then but they're just being utter shit.
Hey.
Yeah, facts.
I mean,
hey, what do you say?
look, stating facts, does it really matter how you put it? You know, I can try to be nicer, but if somebody wants to argue me about Guardian not, you know, at his state of form, you're more than welcome. There's enough proof that tells you that Guardian is having a very hard time. So,
Yeah,
yes,
I would really like to hear those opinions who are saying that Guardian is playing good right now. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
Okay, moving on. The second series with Flashpoint today is Gen G versus MIBR. Why do I feel like in every fucking matchup we have MIBR, no matter what we're talking about? They're everywhere.
They're playing a lot. Yeah, well, they are playing a lot since they're playing both ESL Pro League and Flashpoint, so they are busy bees, right?
Busy bees.
All right, so let's have a look at this game. This, in my opinion, is a very tough one, actually, because I still think I like Gen G a little bit too much for how good they performed like a month or two ago. And MIBR, like, if I say now that they are gonna win, they're obviously gonna lose. If I say they're gonna lose, they're gonna win. So I can determine their fate here, I suppose. But I do think that MIBR should be a small favorite. Gen G has had some trouble lately. They lost last time to MIBR, they lost to Chaos, then they did win against Dignitas, but Dignitas is not that strong right now, and it was a close game. No, I have to favor MIBR, and I actually think if you can get close to double money, like 1.8, 1.85, I think that's actually a pretty good bet.
So, basically considering the raw data on Janne's analysis when it comes to MIBR, we can suggest that you bet your entire salary on Gen G today.
Yep.
Please don't bet your entire salary.
yeah, it's first day of the month, so there actually can be full salaries going
That was
on.
actually the fucking worst advice I've ever given to anyone. Please don't fucking bet your entire salary anywhere, anything, anytime, never. Bet maximum 2% of your betting money, not your entire bankroll. So,
Well, you know, 2%
talking about
of
betting,
0 is still 0.
So, just to put it out there, if someone is interested in esports betting or betting in general, one of the most important things when you start betting is to have a budget. So, let's say that you earn 2.5k a month and you think that you can bet a total of 100 euros a month. Make the 100 euro deposit, and if you lose it, do not deposit anymore. Keep your bet size to a certain percentage of your betting roll, and that's it. So for example, if you deposit 100 euros and you decide that you want to bet 4%, then you bet 4 euros to every single bet, no matter what the circumstances. That's the easiest way to keep track of it and do it responsibly.
Yep.
Enough of that talk. Time to move on from Counter-Strike to League of Legends. There is Championship Series. We had 4 of those things called tiebreakers played on Tuesday. No, they were played on Monday. We forgot to talk about them yesterday, so we're talking about them today. First one was between Dignitas and Immortals, which Dignitas won.
Yeah, this wasn't even close one. So these two teams were playing for the last playoffs spot. So it was three-way tiebreakers for sixth spot, which is the last playoffs spot, and three-way tie for second, and they were playing for places 2, 3, and 4. Okay,
Yeah.
live game. But yeah, the Dignitas crushed Immortals. They looked very strong there, and Immortals played 0-3 week when it counted most, though they didn't deserve the spot in playoffs. It was in their own hand. They needed one win this week to get the playoffs, and they lost all three.
So they deserved their destiny.
Yes, and they are the 8th place team.
Then second series, this was the three-way tie for the second place, and we had 100 Thieves going against FlyQuest, and 100 Thieves were able to get the clinch and advance to the final for the last for the second spot against EG.
Yeah, this was closer one, but 100 Thieves has been the second best performing team in the second part of the regular season, so it was expected for them to win this, and they did, but this was the closer one than the first game of the day.
Yeah. Then we had the tiebreaker for the position 6, which is the last playoff spot. And after Dignitas won against Immortals, they went against Golden Guardians. And Golden Guardians were able to clinch the last playoff spot by winning Dignitas.
Yeah, this was actually an upset because Golden Guardians was like I think only team I saw that nobody predicted to go to playoffs in the beginning of the season. Of course, CLG and Team Liquid were underperforming for a whole season, so it gave them an opportunity to clinch the playoff spot, and they did, and they actually played very good in this game. But I still would have hoped that Dignitas would have been in the playoffs, because I think they deserved it. They wanted it more in the last weeks, but Golden Guardians played very good game, and well, they go to playoffs, and I think they're gonna get crushed there. They are going to play against TSM in the first. Actually, no, I think they're playing against the losers of the first upper bracket. But anyway, whoever they are facing, it will be bloodbath for them, and they will be first team out. I'm pretty sure of that.
Yeah. Then the last tiebreaker was between Evil Geniuses and 100 Thieves for the second position of the group. And funnily enough, Evil Geniuses were able to win this, and this means that both of the deciding tiebreakers were won by the first seeded team.
Yes, and this was actually really hard game for 100 Thieves. It was a close game, so it came for the last game decision making and team fights. The Evil Geniuses were better team. They won it fairly, and they clinched the second spot, which means they cannot face the Cloud9. And 100 Thieves lost this. They placed third in the regular season, and actually Cloud9 picked them to play against in the first round. So the loss meant that they have to face the best team in the league. So that was a crushing defeat for 100 Thieves.
Well, what you can say here then when it comes to Golden Guardians, and now it applies to 100 Thieves too, win the right games,
Yeah.
and to be the best you need to win the best. So there is a mountain to climb, but hey, pack your shit and keep going.
Yeah, 100 Thieves were the best performing team in the second part of the season, but still they lost the one game they needed to win to get the second seed for the playoffs, and they lost that, and now they're facing Cloud9. So Actually, this is really interesting that Cloud9 picked 100 Thieves, who has been playing way better than Flycast in the last weeks of the regular season. So coming to playoffs, that they decided to pick 100 Thieves is really interesting in my point of view, and I will talk about this more, I think, on Friday when we are going to preview the playoffs bracket.
Yeah. And with that said, it's time to jump from MOBA to MOBA. And this time it's the talks of ESL 1 Los Angeles, which is played online. China, North America, South America, and Southeast Asia are the regions that are ongoing, and Europe/CIS will start on Saturday. We are still one team short from Group B, but this is actually not CIS and EU. They are mixed. So Group A has B8 or BATE, Cyber Legacy, Gambit, Hellraisers, Nigma, OG, Viking, GG, and Virtus Pro. Group B has Alliance, Gentleman, Navi, NIP, Team Liquid, Team Secret, Team Spirit, and a question mark, which we have anticipated that it's going to be either OG Seed or Cloud9 Aroni, Cloud9 Reno.
Yeah, let's see who gets the last spot, but either way, I don't think whoever gets the last spot is not a contender to win, and it's kind of just how it is. I think it's a very interesting group. I think Group B looks, to me, like actually quite a bit the stronger one. Interesting stuff is gonna be Alliance, who we talked about last time. They have gotten rid of 2 of their players, and it's gonna be super interesting to see who replaces them. At this point, I have no idea. What? Sorry.
Wait. No?
Waiting.
Yeah, I'm just opening up a website to check something.
Sure.
Because on ESL's team page, Sonneiko is on Alliance's roster.
Yes.
Okay.
But not in anywhere else. I'm on Alliance Twitter now. Let's see, load.
I was checking around this morning without finding any information at least, but
no, nothing. So either ESL knows that no one else does, or there's a mistake. I say it's a mistake, because 33 is also in the roster there.
I was just gonna say that he's still in there, so that's a bit strange. Well, whatever. We'll see when we get some real information. But actually, Soneko, I really like him as a player, and I wouldn't be too surprised if that could be true. Interesting stuff, though. Either way, I think, like I said, Group B is super interesting. I think having, Alliance, Navi, NIP, Liquid, Secret in one group is pretty crazy, especially compared to Group A, since we now know that OG won't be playing with their full lineup. Otherwise, it would be a little bit different. So OG will play with, who were the replacements actually for mid one and Topson?
It was Seb and Seb and
my mind is standing still right
33 now. Dota. Yeah, 33.
So
33, who just was sidelined by NIP, is going to stand in.
Sidelined by Alliance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is going to stand in for. Well, I think so. So the mid one and Topson are stuck in Southeast Asia, right?
Yes, that's by the looks of it. That's the case. Yes.
Yeah. So you have Sumail 33, Seb, Saxa, and Notel. So it's pretty much certain that. Fuck it, I don't even know. Is Sumail going mid? I would assume.
Yes. That's already been told, I believe.
Oh yes, this is it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Sumail is 1, 33 2. Seb is going off lane. Saxa and Notel are the support. So it says over there, our roster will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the names are over there. I can't fucking read.
All right, great. So, well, with that said, we're talking about the groups a little bit. I think it's quite obvious that Group A is not very strong because of the OG situation, and in general, the teams there are, in my opinion, a bit weaker. But it's gonna be super interesting either way, and it's gonna be fun. Just sad that we don't get to see the real OG because we were obviously hyping that up because everybody was looking forward to it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway. Yep. That's the case. So. That's definitely going to make OG. Well, they're missing Thompson and mid one, and even though Seb is still a very fucking good offlaner and he can lead it, but then can 33 fill the shoes of Thompson? Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, however you look at it, it just weakens OG a lot. And honestly, I mean, as far as OG's performance here, I don't even think it matters. You know, this is not a real team. There's 2 stand-ins. Whatever they do, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't really affect my opinion on OG whatsoever. And
No, not at all. I mean, it's a situation that they just have to cope with. It's very unfortunate that it happens, but it is what it is.
yeah, exactly. It's unfortunate, and we were looking forward to see the whole lineup, but there's nothing to do. If people are stuck in other parts of the world because of the situation, then so be it. Nothing.
Yeah. With that said, I think it's time to start to wrap up our daily podcast. We will be back tomorrow with more esports, and hopefully tomorrow or Friday we actually have a pretty cool announcement to make. You boys know what I'm talking about, no one else does because it's top secret material.
Alrighty.
Well, Mika didn't want to say anything about that.
Yeah, actually, I was thinking what are we going to announce, but yeah, I think I know, but yeah.
All right. With that said, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow, and have a great afternoon.
Yep, see ya.
Indeed. See ya.
See ya.